Welcome back, everybody, to the last episode of the Modern Landing Page Design tutorial series. So, it's only fitting that we finish this tutorial series by creating the footer of our website. So, before we start designing, I would like to just give you a quick run through of our design. So, I'm just going to scroll through our design, obviously, the hero section, stress symbols, then we created a bento grid for like showing features of the software or platform. Then we went to testimonials and categories. In the previous part, we finished the testimonials. Now we're going to be finishing off with the footer. Okay, so let's just get into it. So first, let me make the window a bit larger. Okay, so what kind of footer are we gonna create? So you might have seen a footers like hundreds of links. Maybe you might have seen footers like links and links stacked upon each other. Now that's fine when you are creating a website for an established service with many pages, but we don't really have that. This is a one-page just tutorial website. So instead, we're going to be creating a modern type of footer where we just it's more of a call to action than an actual navigation footer. And you'll see what I mean by that. So for now, let's just get into it. So in our footer, we're gonna need first of all, we're gonna need the identity part. So actually, we can come to the navigation and just copy it from here, and we can paste it down. Okay, so the identity part here. Now, instead of being this small, we can just increase the size. We can make this. Okay, let's actually. We can make this a bit bigger, 64 pixels maybe, 64 pixels, and let's make the name a bit larger too, 32. And this looks fine. This looks nice. Next, we will need like a final motto, something to say to the user for after. So we took the user through a journey. First, the hero section, then the features of our service, then testimonials. Now it's time to like take an action from the user. So we want to say uh, what sorry, what are you waiting for? Let's go. Something like this. Okay, we can actually make this smaller. I don't like it being this big. Okay, then we can make this bigger. 64. Okay. Okay, so these are our parts. We're just creating the parts of the footer. We're not actually laying them out here. So you can put this here or here. It doesn't matter. I'm just first I'm going to create the content, then we're going to lay it out. Now this one will be 14 pixels. So it will be quite small. It will be regular size. And this would be, let's make it gray 600 for now. I'm going to change some of this. Then let's just say something to the user. Our platform has helped over 3,000 businesses uh, get in contact to become the next and get. Instead, we can say to take your business to the next level. Okay, now let's reduce this a bit too. Okay, then finally we need the call to actions, right? So we already have the call to actions here. These are the actual call to actions we need. The reason that the layout here and the layout up top looks a bit similar is because it's actually psychological. What you mean by that is, first you want to give the user the option right away. You want the user to have the option to contact you to get started. But you, when the user might not decide to right away start the service or get in contact with you, you want to show him why the user wants to do this. So you do that by showing the features, by showing the testimonials. Finally, you ask the question again. This time, the user has a better idea and he has thought of contacting you or getting the service much more. That's why. So now let's just paste it here. Great. So finally, what we need is to lay everything out. Before we do that though, what we can do is we need 3 links. Uh, the first link is terms, and let's make this 14 regular and grade 600. Privacy, privacy, and cookies. So these are very common in footers. You want these in your footer, so for legal reasons. We can give a 32 pixel gap, and that's it. Also, you need like a copyright, right? So we can say at 2025, then the company's name is Client Finder, right? Client Finder, all rights reserved. So these are very common in footers. Next, we would need to lay everything out. How are we going to first these? So this is the headline. So we just group them, maybe make them smaller, 24 pixels, maybe a bit too large. You can go 16 pixels, and I think I like that. Okay, then we would like to group these. Let's make this 32 pixels. Okay, great. Then we also want to, let's rename this actually. Let's rename this content. Let's call this links and group them here. Call this legal. Okay, great. So this is all we need. Now, a common sort of pattern, exam pattern, is that you want your footer to stand out from the rest of your websites. So most of the time we do this using a different background color. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to collect these and say footer. So all together they are the footer. Also, I would like to go here and just where is it? So we can turn on the grid. So now we can just put this here. Then we can drag it to make it fill the entire container. Okay, great. So we can now remove the layout grid. Now let's give it a background color. Now, most of the time you don't want a pure black background, okay? So this is something you have to like stay away from. But particularly this in our website, we are using it somewhere here, and that's because it goes with the style of the website. So we might consider using it, but I would decide to make it a bit lighter. So Not full black, but a bit lighter. So this looks like a good color. We can call this black 200. Nice. Okay, so next up, let's make the contrast work. So everything we did for the lights, for the light theme. So we need to convert it to dark theme. Okay, so now we can come to the logo and change the black and whites, basically. Change the black and whites, like this. Okay, instead of the white here, the instead of the black, we can go to black 200 and that works. Okay, now the black 100 should be white 100, and that's again why we use variables, by the way. It makes it easier. We want to make this white. Now here we need another color for it. So again, I'm gonna just select full white, then I'm gonna make it a bit lighter. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's just increase the contrast. Okay, that looks fine. It's readable enough. We want to name this black 600. Just following the theme. Then we want to go over here, and basically we want to change the white, the black, and the gray 800 should be black 600 maybe. Yeah, black 600 works. We can make it also gray. Yeah, I think black 600 just works better here. Okay, so this is looking great already. Here we want to select everything here and change it from gray 600 to black 600, 600, right? Black 600. Can we actually keep them gray? I don't think black 600 is visible enough, so we're gonna keep this a gray. Okay, that looks fine. Okay, let's finish off. First, we want to give it a pixel border radius. Since actually, okay, I think it was in the second episode, we have talked about how border radiuses should work. Saying as your element gets bigger and bigger, for example, this and this, your border radius should be uh, bigger and bigger. So they are proportional. So this is the bigger square here has a bigger border radius than the smaller one. So we're going to be following that. So 8 pixel was the default, but now we have to increase it even more. We can go to maybe 16 pixels. Actually, let's go 24 pixels. Let's go a bit bigger, 32 pixel. Okay, 32 pixel like looks nice here. Then finally we need to make a separation here. Okay, first also we need to make this smaller, 64 pixel, but we need to make a separation here. How do we do that? We can select this and give it a top and bottom padding of 16. Then we want to give it a left and right padding of 32. Then finally we need a stroke. We can go black 600, and the stroke should be only at the top here. So now there's a nice separation here. Okay, what's left? Here we have, okay, the spacing between this and the padding top should be this equal, okay? So are we gonna do that? Simply, this is 64, meaning we need a padding top of 64. And just like that, we have a complete footer. Now you can use this footer as it is, and it's fine. But I'm gonna add a visual accent, which we used on top here. So the grid, by the way, if you haven't noticed it, we have a grid system here. We're going to be using the grid system that we've created here in the footer too. So actually design consistency, right? You want to reuse elements so that your design feels consistent. Okay, so let's go over here, duplicate this, and just drag it down. Okay, so here's the actual design. So what we want to do is we want to go over here and change the color. First gray 800 to black. Okay, how are we going to do that? Let's change the linear to be from full black. Actually, it's I think it's OB. Sorry, it's OB. Oh, no, it's 0B 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 to okay. Then we want to put this inside the footer, and we want to make a position absolute. Okay, also we want to select the footer and just clip content. Okay, then we want to select the grid, the hero, and we want to put it at the back. Then okay, we can do something like this. Center it. Okay, this you can use it like this, but I would like to just make it big. Okay, we can make it a bit more subtle. Black 600. Okay, now I like this. I really like it. Let's just save it. Okay, well, I really like this one. It's looking very nice, very modern, very minimalistic. So yeah. Okay, we can do the final thing, which is just place the footer where it's supposed to be, which is about 96 pixels. Since this is a footer, we can go even smaller, 64 pixels from the features, and let's decrease the window size. Okay, so we want some gap, 31 instead, we want 32. Okay, so 32 pixels. The final thing, let's rearrange it. So navbar, hero, trust, features, testimonials, then we want this to be here, and we want this to be here. Okay, I think we are done. And we have worked on this design for a month, I think. Is it a month? I'm not sure. It might be even more. It might be less. I don't know. But I'm really liking how it came out. So thanks everybody for watching. Actually, the support has been incredible. I really hope you enjoyed the series as I share with you the thought process and how we are actually creating such design. Yeah, so let's just go through the design one last time, and let's just check out the design, see what we have created, and we will finish off the series once and for all. Okay, I'm just going to show you the design. Feel free to go back and just look at all the videos if this is your first time. We created everything. We have spoken about how we create a bento grid system, how we keep it minimal but informative. We have learned how we can create like visual icons, assets that are interesting and fit the style of the website. We have spoken about color choice, monochromatic design, uh, and finally we have spoken in detail about consistency and visual interest points. Thanks everybody for watching. I really hope you enjoyed and learned something from this tutorial series. Until next time, goodbye.